In this video, I'm going to build a full marketing email as quickly as possible, including everything like copy, design, images, the whole lot. We play around with AI tools every single day at my agency for 7 to 9 figure e-commerce brands. And by the way, if your email or SMS marketing isn't where it needs to be, you can book a free audit down below in the description. So this AI process is going to be done in 4 steps. Firstly, AI is going to write the copy, then it's going to create the hero image. We're going to use the make feature by Figma to build the full email, and then we're going to add some finishing touches. So let's dive into it. Okay, so the first thing we'll want to do here is head to ChatGPT, because what we're going to do is we're going to build the copy for the email first, then we're going to build the hero image, and then we'll go over to Figma using their make feature to actually build the rest of the email. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to AG1's website. This is going to be the brand who we're going to actually design the email for. And what we want to do is we want to pull this link here. So we're going to come over here and we're going to say write email copy promoting their current offer. And then we'll just pull the link in here and we'll say I have attached an image of their product page for reference. So that's what we're going to say. So what we'll do is we'll just pull a little screenshot here. I just pull the whole thing, pull that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that down and we're going to go over to ChatGPT and paste that in. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave that build a copy and we'll see what it comes out with. Okay, so it's came back with the copy, and to be fair, it's not bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually use this to now build the hero image. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the heading, subheading. What we'll probably do is we'll put in a CTA as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually pull this. I'm going to say, we'll say that's great. Now, please create a hero image for an email. So what we're going to say is I'm going to give it some parameters here. I'm going to say like make the image. Make sure to specify it's the hero image. We're going to say 600 pixels by, let's say, 800 pixels because we want just enough space here. We might just put this down in kind of like line items here. What we're going to say is we're going to say use the image attached, which we'll pull here in a second, to create the hero. Use the copy below. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull the copy. So we have the heading. So you start strong with 10% off for 3 months. So that's pretty strong. And then we're going to come to subheading. What we'll do here as well is we'll add in a CTA button. So we'll say CTA button is start your routine. We just say that. Now what we'll also want to do is we'll say use the same CTA style as it is on the website. So what we'll do now is we're going to actually pull some examples for ChatGPT on the CTA style. So what we can do is we can see the CTA style here, but I know that they have different ones actually out here. So we're going to pull the CTA style here. We'll just copy an image of that. We're going to go back over to ChatGPT, excuse me, and then we're going to pull that in here. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to need to pull a hero image as well. We'll say I have attached this for reference. Okay. So now we need to find the hero image that we want to include on this, like the actual product picture. So what we can do is we can actually probably use this, I would say, because it has like enough white space, there's space to add in some text as well. So I'm just going to copy this image down and we're going to go back into ChatGPT. And let me just have a look here. So we have all of our stuff in here. Now we're going to go in and continue. So now it's going to come up with the image. Okay, so now it's actually come back with the hero image, and to be fair, it's actually not bad. So that is not a bad hero image whatsoever. So now what we'll want to do is we'll want to actually take this hero image. We're going to go over to Figma, and then we're going to actually create the full email itself. Okay, so now we're over in Figma's make feature. This is their like new AI design feature that just came out, well, probably at the start of the year. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this to actually build the email, but we want to make sure that it includes the hero image as well. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to head back to ChatGPT, and what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this hero image in here, and we're just going to attach it for now. What we'll also want to do as well is we'll want to use the AG1 logo, because I noticed that's actually not on the hero image. So we're just going to save this image down, and we'll just save it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here and we're going to actually pull this in as well, just so we can see that. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say to make that we wanted to create the full email. We're going to give it the copy and we're going to give it a little bit more direction as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in the prompt here and we'll come back when the prompt is finished. Okay, so now we have our full prompt. So what we're going to be asking it is, please create an email design for AG1, using the copy below. The email design must be 600 pixels by 3000 pixels. It's going to be a bit long, so we'll see how it comes out. We've given it the email copy. We've said the hero image is attached. We have the body copy taken from ChatGPT. What we've also done as well is we've said down below, here is AG1's website. Please use the exact same branding and typography as it is on the website. Please also use the AG1 logo I've attached to the hero image. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that through. So now what's going to happen is Figma is just going to start creating this design, and what we'll do is we'll come back once it's finished. Okay, so now it's come back with a design. Now to be fair, it's a bit all over the place. So what we're going to do is we'll need to actually prompt this again. Now the beauty of this is you can edit this at the end, so you can actually copy this Figma design and pull it over to something else. They have the hero image okay, but you can see the body section is a little bit boring. So what we'll probably want to do here is actually add a little bit more comments. So when you come down here, what you can do is you can actually select this thing down here and you're basically able to select like a certain section. So what you can do is you can select this one and you can say for this section. Okay, so we have a little comment gone in for this section here. So what we can do is we can just see what it actually comes out with. So that's going to start basically just editing that section. We can also see there's a big gap towards the end of the email. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in further comments, because I know for a fact there's definitely going to be some stuff from the website that we can pull down towards the end of the email, which is going to make it look a lot better. Okay, so now it's come back and it's looking a little bit better. It's definitely not fully there yet, so we'll definitely want to add some more stuff to this. So what we can do here is we'll see down at the bottom of the email there's definitely like a big gap there, right? So what we'll want to do is we'll probably want to add some images to that. So what we can do is we can say we'll put in a prompt right now. So what we'll do is we'll probably pull some images from the website, and then we'll just ask it to put it down there just to make it a bit more appealing and a bit more friendly, as opposed to just like, you know, a blank canvas. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to their website and we'll see if there's any more images that we can take. Probably something to do with social proof. That would be kind of nice to add to the bottom of the email. It might be a little bit difficult to add stuff here, but let me have a look. I think we can probably add something like this. So what we'll want to do is we'll probably want to include this, so recommended by experts around the world. And now we're just going to add that in. So what we want to say is please include a heading with the images below. And what we'll probably do here is we'll probably take, let me just move my head. We'll take the images here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to actually do a straight screenshot. So what we can do is we can take Huberman and Hugh Jackson. We're just going to copy them, and then we're going to pull that actually over to the design. So let me just put that in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the next one as well. So we'll add a bit more humans to the email design. So we'll come back and we'll put that back in. And then what we'll probably say is we'll say like include that as a 2x2. The headline, say please put the images in a 2x2 format. Okay, so now we're going to do that, and it's going to come back and it's going to actually edit the design. So we'll wait for Figma to do its thing and we'll come back. Okay, so now it's returned with the images, and now it's actually not looking too bad, to be fair. The email's kind of like starting to come together. Now there's a little bit of negative space here. We could probably get rid of this copy here as well. So what we'll do is, I think this is also missing a footer. So we're going to give it some changes to do. So what we want to do is we'll want to move this up, get rid of that, and then we're going to add in a footer down towards the end of the email. And now what we can do is we can actually push that into Figma. So what we'll say here is, we'll say, I have some changes. Okay, so now what we're going to ask it is, we're going to say, please remove the copy that we have here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to move this up to fill the negative space. And then we're going to add in the footer at the end. And now the email should start to be coming together a little bit more. So what we're going to do is I'm going to post that in and we'll see what it comes up with. Okay, so now the footer has been added in, so it's kind of coming together a little bit more. Now they didn't actually remove, well, they did remove the copy, but didn't fill in the negative space. But I do feel like this email's coming together now a little bit. So what we can do is we can actually pull this into Figma, because now this is something that we can probably work with, given that we probably do need to change the logo position here. But what we'll do is we'll actually click this, and what we're going to do is we're going to copy that, and we're going to copy it to the clipboard. Then what we're going to do is we're going to head over to just a blank Figma file and literally just copy and paste this in. Okay, so now we have the email copied in, and what we're going to do is you can either select the full email and you can like actually pull it out if you want. I normally don't really like having that you know, as a container, just harder to actually edit. That's my own personal preference. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take this logo, probably make it a little bit smaller, so we'll scrunch that a little bit. We don't want to obviously distort it either. And we're just going to pull that a little bit up. We're going to come back out. Now what we want to do is you'll see that there's a little bit of a difference between the two colors here. So what we can do is just use a color picker, and we're just going to copy this, and then we're going to come to the rest of the canvas and we're going to use basically the same color. Unfortunately that didn't copy in, so what we're going to do is go F1 FOEA. I'm going to copy that, and now it looks a little bit more uniform. So now we can kind of see that. Now you'll also notice as well that some of the copy kind of gets out of place too. So what we'll also want to do is probably apply the same color as we have up here to the one below, just so it's like all uniform and there's not like any kind of like weird differences in the color there between sections. So now we have that. You'll also notice as well that like what Figma Make will do sometimes, it will kind of mess up the fonts. And I know our font here is like going to be slightly different down here. You can obviously, you know, work with AI a little bit more to make sure that that is fully updated. This email definitely isn't terrible, but it could probably use with some work for sure. So what we'll want to do is we'll want to make sure that like the logos, or sorry, not the logos, but the actual headers are using a font that is probably similar to what they're using. So we can change that to Play Fair Display. Obviously you want to make sure that you're using the same font as you normally would. And you can probably push like certain elements up and kind of like, you know, rework things. Obviously this as well here is, probably want to move that up a little bit, and you can nearly remove that section as well. So you can really like start to kind of clean this email up a little bit more. But obviously this is completely done by AI. There's been absolutely like no input from myself in terms of copy, in terms of design. But you can see like this is really kind of starting to pull together a little bit. You just might have to do some final touches. And to be honest, like at my agency, Retention for Brands, we're playing around a lot with AI generated design. So, but yeah, if we zoom out after doing a little bit of changes, like moving some certain copy up and down, you know, spacing can be a little bit off at places, but that is definitely not bad, to be honest, for a completely AI generated email. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. It's pretty scary to see like what AI can do with literally like very little human interaction. Of course, we kind of went back and forth doing different comments and different changes, but to be fair, that actually isn't bad. Not bad at all. Definitely could do it with a little bit of work. I'm kind of playing around here now, just like fixing up some fonts, headlines and stuff, but again, like that generally isn't bad whatsoever. And yeah, this is how it kind of looks in its finished piece. Like not brilliant, but definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. Might do with a bit of work, to be fair. Fonts are kind of a little bit off, but again, for like zero human interaction, I don't think it's too bad. So that is the full process. 4 steps, 1 email built entirely by AI. And honestly, I think that's just scratching the surface. But the real skill isn't in the tools. It's knowing who to send it to, what to actually send, and when to send it. And that's what we spend all day, every day doing for our e-commerce clients. If you want to see how we would approach your brand's email or SMS marketing, there's a link down below in the description to book a free retention marketing audit. And if you're not ready for that just yet, you can download my free 130-page email marketing guide down below in the description as well. At the very least, I hope you got some value from this video. Please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.